Hey guys, it's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my 2-month postpartum experience. It has officially been 2 months since I gave birth to my youngest son, Carter Brooks. He is amazing. It makes me tired. It's whatever. But I am so in love with the little guy. He is our newest blessing, and we're just so happy that he's joined our family. So like I said, I'm going to be talking about our 2-month postpartum. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of the baby, a little bit about me, a little bit about all the things of postpartum, all the nitty gritty, all of the good, the bad, the ugly, the exhausting things of postpartum. I'll start off, I do have my phone today because it is an extensive list. I definitely want to make sure that I hit everything for you guys so that you guys know exactly what's going on with us and our lives currently at 2 months postpartum. So my first category is sleep. I'm getting no sleep, first of all. Maybe I'm a little bit exaggerating. It's going fine. Yeah, so we'll start off. Carter, so usually our sleep schedule kind of thing is that Carter will go to bed around maybe 9 o'clock after Caden goes to bed at 8. So we'll put Carter down for bed at 9 o'clock ish. Kind of goes all over the place, but that's what we aim for. He'll sleep for a couple hours and then he'll probably wake up around 11, which is when we go to bed. So he'll nurse, he'll get a diaper change, he'll get his probiotics and gas drops, and then he'll go down again, so from 11, and then he'll typically wake up anywhere between 2 and 4. So at that point, he'll definitely nurse and he'll definitely need a diaper change. So that's what the schedule is. Anything before then, he's either uncomfortable or needs diaper change before his scheduled time that he kind of made for himself. So he will get a diaper change and feed at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. and then he'll go back down until about maybe 6 or 7. And then it's rinse and repeat. He'll need to be fed again and need a diaper change again. And then after that, I try to keep him sleeping again. I don't know if that's considered nighttime sleep or a nap, but typically he'll go right back to sleep. So I consider nighttime sleep, and he'll sleep until 9ish, 9:30 maybe 10, sometimes 10:30. I don't know. Between 9 and 10:30 he'll sleep. And then he'll get up for the day, and yeah, so that's typically our every night schedule with a 2-month-old. He is a lot more predictable. I think predictable is a good word for it. He's a lot more predictable, and we're able to kind of okay, I know you're tired, I know you're hungry, I know you need a diaper change. It's not oh, are you tired? Are you hungry? Do you need a diaper change? Do you have gas? Does your stomach hurt? Are you uncomfortable? Does your foot itch? Just going through that list as a new mom is we are shortening that list now, which is really good. So our day, again, starts at 9:30 to 10:30. Carter will take a for sure nap in the morning, so before noon. He'll probably sleep from usually 10:30, maybe 11 until 12:30-ish, and then that'll be his solid nap in the pack and play, and then he will take some weird sporadic naps, usually 2 or 3 in the afternoon, whether it's in his pack and play, in his bouncer, in his car seat. If we're going somewhere, it's kind of just all over the place, but he does get that solid first nap. So that is the key to things that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. So the active sleep with the grunting and the colic, all the stuff, I think the probiotics have really, really helped him. We really like them. We are going to continue them even after this bottle is done. I think the bottle allows for 50 days worth of probiotics. So we're going to do that. And then when that runs out, we're going to be starting both of the boys on probiotics again going into the winter season. So that way, Carter's is 50 days, a 50-day supply, and Caden's is a 50-day supply. So that'll just be perfect for both of them just to be on the same schedule, which is nice. I think that's pretty much it for sleep. My next category is nursing, and this dude eats. So he is currently nursing every 2 to 3 hours. He really has not gone longer than that unless it's at night. where he has his stretch that he kind of like tells me how long he wants to nurse or not nurse. He'll usually do that. Like the longest is like the 11 to the 3 or 4 or 2 kind of time in the morning. Next is, so he has never been a spitty uppy boy. So Carter has never been a baby to spit up often at all. Like he really doesn't do it at all. And even if he does it, it's just like a little like, and then that's it. Like that's like the extent of the spit up, which I am so thankful for. I think that's like the baby gods coming back to me with Carter saying like, here's a baby that does not spit up like hardly ever, after going through Caden, because Caden's like projectile spit up every single feed. Like he couldn't burp without just like all in my hair and everything. So we got lucky with Carter. So I'm really excited about that actually. It saved a lot of extra hair washes. So we are starting to go through longer stretches. Like I was saying, my boobs have definitely been getting more engorged. Even last night, he only wanted to eat on one side. So I was like, okay, like that's fine, but not ideal, you know. And then I woke up for the next feed and my other side was just like massive. It was massive and it doesn't feel great. So he ended up feeding and he just like sounded like he was like drowning the entire time. Because I'm pretty sure it was just like a solid letdown. Instead of like him actually removing the milk, it was just squirting right in his mouth and he was just trying to like not choke on it. Oh, that was this morning at 6 a.m. So with the engorgement, I am paying attention more to the clogged ducts and trying to prevent mastitis the best I can. So far, I haven't really had to use my sunflower. I don't know how to say the word. It's like I don't know. I'll put it on the screen so you can kind of see the stuff that I use, and it just helps like remove like the obviously your milk like gets clogged in your ducts, and it's like the fat that just gets stuck and sticky. So this like sunflower stuff helps loosen up the fat and like make it more like runny and like able to move through your milk ducts. I have not had to use sunflower, but I thought today I was like, probably should, but thankfully I didn't, so we're good. We're at the point, thankfully, where we don't have to really guess what Carter needs. Like he is very predictable now. He has his like kind of specific times-ish or like the times of day like in our routine where I'm like, okay, it's like ready for bedtime now, or okay, it's ready, like time to nurse. Okay, like he's like sucking on his hand. Okay, like you're hungry. Let's do it. That's like a lot easier than like the whole guessing game, like I was saying. So one thing that really shocked me with Carter is that he is getting baby acne now. So he's like 8 weeks, 2 months, 9 weeks-ish currently, and he is breaking out all over and even like up into his cheek a little bit too in like hivey kind of things. It's some kind of reaction. I thought originally that it was just like a saliva reaction from his passy, but he doesn't even like take a passy very often, so I'm not sure. It has to be a reaction to something that's like touching his mouth or just baby acne. I'm not sure though. So could be the hormones, could be acne, could be an allergic reaction to like something that he's just getting a little bit of a breakout from. So we just kind of try to wipe it, and then like baths help like when it's actually like clean and like water and all the things instead of a baby wipe. But I mean, we're not super worried about it. It's just something to note. So I did want to talk about Carter's 2-month appointment that he had recently. It was a few days after his actual 2-month birthday. So I think it was 2 months and like 4 or 5 or 6 days or something. I don't know. Mom brain, somewhere around there. It was less than 2 months and a week old. So we had his 2-month appointment, and he is again 2 months old. He was 17 pounds. Like 17 pounds, 7 ounces. And that's the 99.7th percentile in weight. And then he's also 24 inches long, which is like the 84th percentile in height. And then his head was like, I don't even remember, but it was like the 64th percentile or something. So moral of the story is that the dude is massive, and I think that might be part of the reason like he's massive is because he doesn't spit up a lot, so he's just literally just taking in all that milk and storing it like in his cheeks, in his arm rolls, in his leg rolls, in his, I don't even know, he has like 4 thighs. It's like, he's big. He is currently holding up his head well, so he's like doing tummy time really well. His neck is super duper strong, and he is currently in size 3 diapers. It's Pampers Pure, I think, diapers that we use. Pretty much pushing out a size 3 diapers. He's in size 6 to 9 month clothing, and pushing out of that too. He does have a belly button hernia. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the last video for his 1 month or the 6-week postpartum video, but he does have the belly button hernia. The doctor said that tummy time will help that kind of heal everything and whatever with that. She said she's not worried about it at all. So I might insert a picture of it so you guys can see. It's not like a super severe one. I've definitely seen a lot like bigger like bulges on their like abdomen and stuff and belly button, but his is literally just the size of his little belly button. Also, he, like, with his weight being so much, and obviously he's a breastfed baby, so like we can't tell like how much he actually eats and stuff unless I pump, which I don't. His pediatrician actually said, like, was like assuring me like, oh, like, don't worry, because like childhood obesity is like not a thing until 2 years old. So if they go into their 2-year-old appointment and they're overweight or whatever, like, that's when you can kind of see a correlation with adulthood obesity, is at the 2-month appointment based on like their measurements at the 2-month appointment. So she's like, oh, like, don't worry, like, he's healthy right now, like, this is amazing, he's doing great, he's whatever, perfect. And I just thought that was super interesting because I didn't know, first of all, that childhood obesity, like that young, had to do with, like, in correlation to adulthood obesity. Carter does have blue eyes. Blue, like they're blue. Like, when you look at them, they're blue, which is crazy to me. And the doctor says that she thinks that they'll stay blue. So I'm really interested to see what they're going to be. I definitely don't think that they're going to get brown like Caden's did, because Caden's were a lot darker, like a grayish kind of color, and then they turned deep brown. So I'll just give you a little tidbit. My eyes they have like a blue ring and then green and then like yellow around my pupil. Caden's are dark brown, and then my husband Brandon has like a brown ring, and then his are more like greenish hazel. So his are definitely darker, so if you look at him like really quick, it's like, oh, brown, but if you look at him like up close and in the sun, they're not. So, and then Carter having blue eyes, like, we're literally all gonna have different colored eyes. It's crazy how that works. Something that Carter has going on is his ears. So they were a little bit like more folded, like the top of his ears were like more folded in and floppy, I guess the doctor said. Because his ears were kind of like floppy or folded over top of themselves, the pediatrician recommended for us to kind of like rub them gently like upwards to kind of help like mold that cartilage. So we've been doing that for the last month and a half, and apparently I don't really see the difference. Maybe I need to look at pictures, but apparently the doctor says that it has been working, and his ears are looking a lot better than they were when he was 2 weeks old. Okay, the next thing is the Wonder Weeks app. I'm not sure if it's true or false or whatever, but whatever it is accurate for Carter at this point in the month. So he has been going through a leap. He has been very fussy, and now I think he's kind of gone through it. He's kind of over it a little bit and into more of like the skills aspect of it, which has been really nice. We are seeing a huge difference in the things that they tell us like look out for skill-wise. So he's so alert, he's cooing, he's smiling, he's just so cute. There's something that I do with Carter now, especially now that he's like 2 months old. Yay, he's huge and old. I lay Carter down on a blanket, face him towards a window, like an open window that he can see out of and see like the trees and the bushes and the clouds and the sky. So he definitely is able to like see things other than just walls in the apartment. That's been really fun because he can lay down and kind of just like wiggle all over the place, and I can like get something done. He used to like need to be constantly held like last month. So that's one of the bigger things this month, is that he can kind of just chill by himself for a little bit longer than he used to be able to. Caden is absolutely obsessed with Carter, and it's actually so stinking cute. When I do actually lay Carter on the ground, Caden is just completely obsessed with Carter. He'll go over, he'll lay down, he'll rub his head, he'll give him kisses and hugs, and they're just so sweet together. That's something that I've been really enjoying, like watching and stuff. So I know this is a postpartum video for me and the baby, but I did want to go a little bit into the 2 under 2 aspect, where how Caden's doing with the baby and how Carter's doing with Caden's schedule and our schedule, just so that it all just comes full circle. Things are definitely starting to get way easier now that Carter is 2 months old. He's definitely on a better schedule now. He takes that one nap in the morning, like I kind of told you guys, and he is a lot more adaptable. So if we want to go out in the morning, Carter is like totally fine taking that nap in his car seat instead of in his pack and play, which is really good because it still gives us that freedom. I think when he gets a little bit older, like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 months, and he like needs that like rigid routine, that's when it's going to get a little bit like, it's not going to be super great, because we're going to have to stay home for those naps for Carter. But as of right now, we're still like flexible. Carter's still flexible, and we're able to do all the things that we used to do just with Caden. Like I said, Carter is adapting really, really well. Caden is 23 months now, so he turns 2 very soon, and he is at the point where he just knows what he needs now, and he's pretty much able to tell us everything that he needs, whether it's food or a diaper change or something's uncomfortable or like whatever he wants, a toy or help or whatever. So it's been really nice to be able to just literally ask him what he wants, and he will basically be able to tell us most of the time. And if he can't, then he'll just pretty much show us or keep begging until we understand what he's saying, and then he still like is able to communicate that way too. Caden does still have tantrums occasionally. It's mainly when I'm holding Carter for an extended period of time and not giving Caden all of the attention he wants and needs. So that's when he'll typically lash out a little bit more. But it's nothing that's like not easily like fixable. It's really just, okay, like I see him lashing out, I ask him what he needs. If he's able to tell me, he tells me. If he can't tell me, I'll just pretty much just hug him until he's able to talk to me again. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be before we had the baby. Like with 2 under 2 and like sharing the attention and stuff, it's just basically being aware of what both of the kiddos need instead of just one at a time. So I'm going to talk a little bit about me and my postpartum. Physically, like I said, I do have some occasional engorgement going on. I'm still really tired. I mean, that's just like normal mom life, but I just thought I'd mention it. I'm still really tired. I am going to be doing a belly shot for you guys at the end of this video so you guys can see where I'm at. I don't really think anything really has changed since last time. I haven't been like working out or anything or eating like any differently, so I'm probably just pretty comparable to last time for my 1 month postpartum video anyways. I am starting to feel a lot stronger. My uterus issue, where it was like feeling like it was literally falling out, has completely gone away. Like I'm able to walk around Target now without having to sit down because I literally feel like it's gonna fall out. So that's really good. I'm really excited about that. My back is feeling a lot better. However, when I'm baby wearing, my lower back aches quite a bit, so that's going to be something that I'm going to try to find like videos on how to specifically target those muscles back there to strengthen my lower back. As a mom, as a woman, my brain is constantly thinking about things. Like it never shuts off. Like even when I'm sleeping, it's exhausting. That's it for my physical health. My mental health is so much better than the 1 month update that I gave you guys. I'm still very much newly postpartum, but it's so much better. Like, I used to be able to cry like that. Carter was 1 month old. Like, I was just so emotional. My hormones were all over the place, and they still are, and they still will be with breastfeeding, but it's so much better. Like, my mental health is a lot better when I'm texting people and talking to friends and family and like making the plans and actually getting out of the house. Like, if I just stay in our apartment for the whole day or like multiple days, which I don't do like super often, I'm like super depressed. Like, it just turns instantly like that. So that's something that I really have to work on, is getting out of the house and like scheduling those plans, which I've been a lot better about now compared to a month ago. I'm able to cook and clean a lot easier now, which is also amazing for my mental health. Carter's first nap that he takes, that's about like an hour and a half in the morning, just, oh my gosh, like, lovely. So his first nap allows me to get some things done. I'm able to like clean and do dishes. I'm able to straighten up the living room and the dining room area and like get some laundry done. And I'm able to even spend some time with Caden, like one-on-one, where we get to play with the toy that he wants to play with, and we like play cards and like smash blocks together and like build towers and whatever. And it's just, I don't know, it's like, it's this huge shift that was needed for so long, and like now we're just finally there. When Caden's mommy bucket, when I'm able to spend a lot of time with Caden and his bucket is full with all the mommy attention, we tend to have a lot better days. And that's something that's like pretty difficult to like kind of get that time and like schedule that time, because I could be doing other things, but it's like, this is like very important, like pouring into Caden and making sure that he feels special and important and is like played with and is just like happy, and we just are able to connect. Like, that is like the most important thing. And it's hard for me sometimes to just recognize that when I'm like looking around and seeing all of these things that need to be done, but being able to like stop myself now and say like, okay, like, this is really important. Caden matters. Like, this, I need to sit down and I need to play with him for like 20 minutes, like no phone, no screens, no anything, and we just like have some really good distinctive play and like fun. So I think that's all that I have for you today. I will include a belly shot at the end of this video so you guys can kind of see where I'm at. Again, I haven't been working out, I haven't been eating the greatest, I'm trying to go easy on myself a little bit before I kind of start getting into like working out a lot more. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.